Good morning from down under. We've come 12,000 miles, just about as far as it's possible to go from Britain without starting to come back. We're in Auckland, New Zealand, a city of 1 million people, and one person in particular who came here from the UK, like so many do, in search of a new life. If I'm not very much mistaken, I think I can hear him approach. At the controls of 300 tons of metal, glass and human flesh, Guy Clapshaw's coming home.
We're now on descent into Auckland International Airport, where the temperature is 16 degrees Celsius and conditions are partly cloudy with a light southwesterly wind.
It was 30 years ago that Guy first touched down here, lured by a new job in flying, and then hooked.
It was mainly the people that I got to like. I liked them so much that I married one.
Otahu and Link Drive, changeable weather today with frequent showers and fine intervals. A light westerly wind at first, then changing southwesterly and freshening as the day rock and rolls on. A high of 14 in the central city. Currently it's 12 degrees on Auckland's only radio station, specialising in playing 60s music.
Cool 93. These days you'll find Shay Clapshaw in the Auckland suburb of Pakuranga. His house he describes as a mixture of Old English, Cape Cod American and New Zealand colonial. Guy seems more comfortable at the helm of a 747 than a baby grand. Indeed, his wife Colleen says he has Van Gogh's ear for music. When he first settled in New Zealand, Guy was still very British.
He wouldn't wear shorts in those days, and we went to the beach once and he had his socks and shoes on, I remember, and it was quite a laugh, you know, to all the New Zealanders because everybody else was wearing shorts and here he was. I think he fell asleep and he had his socks and shoes on, and I'm not sort of throwing off at the British, but he did have lily white legs and it was quite funny.
Guy Clapshaw is an obsessional aviator. When he's not flying planes, he's building them. And there's something about the challenge of flight that finds an echo in the Kiwi character.
Kiwi ingenuity seems to go through the whole nation. That you very rarely hear a Kiwi say, "Sorry, it's too hard, I can't do it." They're more likely to say, "Well, I'll give it a go."
They call Auckland the city of sails. It helps to be a yachty here, or to know a yachty, or at the very least to be able to tell your port bow from a port and lemon. And if you're not fond of the outdoor life, you may as well forget it. Kiwis do nearly everything outside. It's a big country with few people. There's a lot of space to wear silly hats in.
There's plenty of beaches you can go to, there's skiing, there's golf courses. I know in other more sophisticated countries, they haven't got these things, and I think those are the most important things in life.
New Zealand, of course, is a nation of proud sporting achievement. They're crazy about cricket, rugby, sailing. And now I'd like you to meet the country's newest sporting hero. This is the New Zealand canine frisbee champion, Scratch, or as they know him locally, Scritch. So Scritch, fit! Supreme athleticism, great technique. Let's enjoy that once again. The Clapshaws venture into the sporting arena at the Pakuranga Tennis Club. In New Zealand, you have to play something, otherwise it can be social death in straight sets.
You only have to go into a room of complete strangers and talk about today's rugby match, and you've got 30 friends all talking to you at once, you know. If you can't talk rugby or football or sailing, you're going to end up a very lonely person.
Things have moved on in other respects. New Zealand wines are no longer a sour joke. People like Guy Clapshaw even tour vineyards to collect them. In the past, he wouldn't have bothered or dared.
Anyone who drank wine was slightly suspect, considered a bit of a sissy. If you didn't drink beer and play rugby, you weren't really a man.
As the weekend draws near, Guy and Colleen plan that quintessential Antipodean phenomenon, the barbie.
And perhaps some seafood, salads, just something like that.
Yeah, okay, I'll get the wines. I doubt if there's anyone in Auckland who doesn't own a barbecue. And that's the great social thing. If you're going around to someone's for tea, probably 5 times out of 6 it'll be a barbecue, and you all stand around it and talk with glasses of wine or cans of beer in your hand.
And so the fanatical flyer's final challenge: no passengers, no engines, but a heck of a view. Guy Clapshaw knows better than most that what goes up must come down. It's been his good luck to keep coming down, down under.